Hey guys, it's Saucy Surge. Have you ever wanted to look like a true medieval knight straight out of some old school crusader movie? Because I'm telling you right now, no matter what kind of fantasy game we're playing, a lot of us always end up going back to that classic knight aesthetic. There's just something about that heavy plate armor, that polished metal look, and that old medieval vibe that never gets old. And honestly, Crimson Desert has some really awesome armor sets. But this one right here is probably one of the closest sets I found to that traditional knight look. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to get the Frozen Heart Plate armor set, which in my opinion is one of the best looking classic knight sets in the game. Not only does it look amazing, but overall it's not as hard to put together once you know where to go. So without wasting your time, let's get straight into it. Now before we start, there are a couple of things you should know. That this set does have a few prerequisites. Most importantly, the cloak is tied to story progression and comes later as a reward from a boss related quest. So just be aware that you probably won't be able to get the full completed look super early on. I'd say if you guys are somewhere around chapter 7 or beyond, you should be pretty good shape to get the finishing set. With that out of the way, let's start and get the main piece. The first piece we're going after is the Frozen Heart Plate armor itself. To get this, we're going to head over just above Delicia into the main town at the Delicia Castle. Now, I do want to warn you guys, depending on where you are in the story, this area can be hostile towards you, so if you show up unprepared, you could run into some issues getting through. The good news is, as long as you have the Marnie's helmet, you should be fine. So once you arrive at this fast travel point, I'm going to show you exactly where I'm going on screen. I'm going to guide you step by step so you don't get lost. As you move forward, you're going to be coming across a section with guards eventually, wearing those altered Marnie's helmets. This is important. You need to have your Marnie's helmet equipped, because if you do not, those guards are not going to let you pass through the gate. So once you make sure you have that on before we're trying to move forward. Once the helmet is equipped, the guards will eventually open the iron gate, and from there we're going to continue ahead and cross over this little bridge section. Now, the second you cross that bridge, look directly to your left. We're going to be heading down this path and keep moving through this area. Just walk past the guards and continue down until you reach a section where on your right hand side you'll notice something suspicious along the wall above a stack of brown boxes. If you look carefully, you'll notice the wall looks off, and that's because it's one of those flippable hidden walls. So what we want to do is climb, get in position, and use your force palm punch. Make sure you resist so you don't fly off. Activate it, flip it, and then you're going to see the hidden room behind it. Once you're inside, you're going to notice stolen paintings in the room, and more importantly, we're going to be there for the golden chest. Open that chest, and this is where you will get the Frozen Heart Plate armor. And honestly, right away, this already the piece that sells the look. It has that heavy plated knight design, and it really starts bringing the whole set together. Now, the next piece we're going to be getting is the Frozen Heart Plate gloves. The good thing is it's actually, we want to stay in the same city, because this piece is also located in Delicia, so you don't have to go that far at all. From the fast travel point, I'm going to show you exactly route on my screen. You're basically going to make your way through the city, head to the south through Delicia, working your way down towards the dock area.
Well, I wonder what kind of person.
I'm going to glide down there towards the docks, and once you get close, a key landmark for you to be looking for is a dock with a crane. That's how you know you're in the right place. You should also notice a sort of brown roofed structure nearby. Once you get down there, hop over and look for a small hidden section with a tunnel entrance. There will be a wooden piece blocking your path. Just force palm punch it, or any way you want to break through. Break through that, crawl in the opening, and in the back there's going to be a chest, and inside that chest we were going to get the Frozen Heart Plate gloves. And I'm not going to lie, this is one of those spots that's super easy to miss unless you already know it's there. It's honestly kind of wild how Pearl Abyss hid some of these armor pieces. Some of these are tucked away in some really sneaky places. You could walk right past them. But once you grab these gloves, that's another big piece of that knight aesthetic. Now for the next piece, we're going after the Frozen Heart Plate boots. For this one, we're going to have to leave Delicia and head southeast of Delicia to the island where the oil rig is located. The fast travel point you want is called Marnie's Laboratory Gate. That's where we're going to be heading. Once you get here, keep in mind, depending on whether you have cleared this area or not, there may still be enemies around, so be careful when moving through here. From the fast travel point, we're basically going to follow the route I'm showing you on screen. You want to move along this cliffside, heading up and around this wall. Make your way all the way up, keep your eyes on the wall, because eventually there's going to be a spot, just another one of those flippable walls. Once you see it, climb up, get into position, and use your force palm punch and resist so you can flip and go inside of the wall. Behind the wall, you're going to find a bunch of cannonballs, and inside there is another golden chest. Open that chest, and it will give you the Frozen Heart Plate boots. At this point, you have the armor, gloves, and boots. The whole plated knight look is really starting to come together. Even without the cloak, it already looks awesome, but the cloak definitely helps finish it off. Now the next piece we're going to be talking about is the Frozen Heart Plate Cloak. This piece is a little different because unlike the others, it's not just hitting behind a chest somewhere, it's tied to a boss quest. The quest you want to be looking for is called Forbidden Gatekeeper, and it takes place in Marnie's Laboratorium. So for this piece, you're going to need to do is progress through that quest, complete the boss fight, and once you finish that content, he will give you the Frozen Heart Cloak. So if you're missing the cloak and wondering where it is, don't waste your time searching all over the map thinking you missed a hidden chest somewhere. It's tied to that quest line and the boss encounter. That's why I mentioned it earlier, and a bit of story progression tied to it. So if you're not quite there yet, I would just keep pushing the story and eventually you'll be able to finish the full look. But there are many cloaks throughout Crimson Desert that can complete the look. Maybe you don't even like this cloak, there may be even a better look. Now unfortunately this set does not come with dedicated headpiece, which is a little disappointing because a full knight helmet would have made this set even better. But good news, there's still a lot of helmets in the game that work really well with it. Right now I'm personally using the Kanta armor headpiece, which is one of the earlier helmets you can get in the game, and honestly it matches the set pretty well. It gives off that plated metal look, works very nicely trying to complete the medieval knight aesthetic. So while the game doesn't hand you a matching Frozen Heart helmet, you can actually mix and match, and some of the other helmets in the game get a really solid final look. And here's one extra tip for you guys if you really want this armor to shine. If you head over to one of the dye vendors, you can make this set look better by using white dye along with the metal material options. If you do that, it gives the armor a much brighter, shinier, more polished appearance. Also make sure your armor is fully repaired because that helps the overall visual look as well. And when you combine all that together, the polished repair state, white dye metallic finish, and a good matching helmet, this thing honestly looks pretty incredible. It gives that classic medieval vibe. And that's the kind of look everyone's going for Crimson Desert. This is absolutely one of the best sets in my opinion. Also, if you guys are looking for a bunch of different dyes, I do have a full dye guide on my channel, so if you're interested in that, I'll leave that in the description. So with that being said, this is how you get the Frozen Heart Plate armor full set in Crimson Desert. Overall guys, if you've been wanting an armor set that gives you that traditional knight look, this is definitely one of the best sets to go after. I really appreciate all you guys' love and support. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you guys like content like this and want more Crimson Desert tips, tricks, guides, and hidden gear locations, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help the channel out more than you guys know. And as always, take care and God bless.